Now, can I ask you a question? Since we're on the subject of helping people, what can you tell me so far about artificial organs?
Artificial organs are an interesting part of the biotech industry that have had some modest successes, but they still are quite a few years in the future. Although I would suggest that if you're needing a new liver sometime in your life, they will be able to supply it, or a new kidney. Right now, the artificial organs that are able to be produced are artificial skin and cartilage.
Because
and those are
blood cells
implanted. Yes, and the key there is what's very difficult with artificial organs is to construct capillaries, to construct the blood supply within them. And so what cartilage and skin have in common is they're avascular. They don't have blood vessels within them, and so those were the first organs to be tackled by the biotech industry. So that's a really, really exciting area. Again, a lot of work being done in the
So it's
area,
further ahead in the future.
especially stem cells. If you remember a few years back, the governor led the charge on, I believe in biotechnology, and I think stem cells are going to be the wave of the future. So he led the charge to pass an initiative that supplies several $billion to stem cells within the state of California, and so the state of California is now a leader in research of stem cells. And probably 50% of the students in this room will be treated with stem cells sometime in their life. It's just that important.
Wow. Okay. Can you tell me about the major innovators and innovations for artificial organs so far? I know they're quite a ways in the future, but how were they able to, find skin, create skin, and who kind of took part in that?
Right. There was a company that went out of business, but they now license their technology to another company that's continuing to. There was a company in San Diego called Advanced Tissue Sciences, and ATS, and what they did is they took cells from a source that no one could object to. They took cells from human foreskin and digested with an enzyme to get individual cells, and then discovered a way to place those cells in a scaffolding. The cells would seed the scaffolding, and then they fed it with very, very rich media, and the cells would divide, and then cover the scaffolding in a layer. And the scaffolding then could be taken out, could be shipped to a surgeon. The surgeon could take it out, clip it to cover a wound, and it was remarkably effective, especially for burns. The classic burn for a kid is they take a stove and they hit the pot of boiling water, and then it comes down in front. What this artificial skin would do is you put a patch of it on there. It would encourage healing, leave fewer scars, relieve pain, and the healing process would be much faster. The other major applications were with diabetic ulcers. A lot of people with diabetes have very poor circulation, especially at the ends of their extremities. So they would have these quarter-sized wounds that just would not heal. They would not heal for months. If you instead took this artificial skin and put a patch in there, it would recruit cells with the molecules that gave off. It would recruit cells from the surrounding area and promote healing, and the healing then would occur where it wouldn't have occurred otherwise. So Advanced Tissue Science had this great idea. They were manufacturing it. It was approved by the Food and Drug Administration, but they still went out of business because, as it turns out, Medicare would not reimburse them. So it's a case where you always have to watch this. Biotech is also science and business and government regulation. There are science, business, and government. All three of those elements must be in place in order to get an effective product. In that case, they had the science, the business seemed to be going well, but without the government reimbursement, the business fell apart and the company went out of business.